everybody, while filming this episode, one of my worst nightmares came true. The instrument I was using broke down mid-production. Fortunately, I found a solution to this, but you might encounter slight continuity errors. Thank you for your understanding. Welcome to Bad Gear, the show about the world's most hated audio tools. Today we are finally talking about the legendary M1. This Korg workstation and 1988 treasure chest of overused sample waveforms was, and still is to this day, so mind-meltingly influential that most people wish it wasn't. At the first glance, Korg created the universe. While this iconic preset certainly sold a lot of M1s, the instrument gained its notoriety through the OG house piano and organ, heartbreaking early 90s strings, slap bass that definitely wasn't used in the Seinfeld theme song, plastic pads, and the usual oohs and ahs. Given this impressive legacy, minimalist front panel and macro-like main program page parameters, one might expect the bare-bones architecture of a Rompler, but certified gear archaeologists know that there's a real synth under the hood. Well, kind of. 4 megabytes of sample ROM from the bottomless depths of the uncanny valley are based on acoustic and electric instruments, Sake-fueled pan flute recordings, basic synth tones, weird stuff in pitched and unpitched form, a drum kit, and raw waveforms taken from the DW8000 that still haunt Korg gear up to this day. 2 of these oscillators can be combined, but there's no portamento, ring/cross modulation or other things that spark joy here. Speaking of, one of the most glaring omissions, even by late 80s standards, is the lack of resonance on the 12 dB filters. And I bow my head to the preset creators for maneuvering around this dull and digital sounding insult to synth design. You can, however, modulate this meager sound creation toolkit with multi-stage envelopes and LFOs routed to pitch, amplitude and filter, while real players will enjoy aftertouch and the pitch mod joystick. I'm a big fan of the internal dual FX unit holding all this together. Thank you for your service. You can combine the grand total of 16 voices of Polyphony to layers and splits, or max out the instrument's 8-part multitimbrality using either external MIDI or the internal sequencer. In addition to a conventional song mode, patterns of up to 8 bars can be recorded in real-time, step mode, or extracted from sequencer tracks. As you might have noticed, M1 is all about the underlying samples, so it doesn't come as a surprise that Korg eagerly embraced the money printing machine that was the expansion card market. There are cards for actual samples, some allow you to store program data, and ridiculously overpowered modern takes on the subject are still available. Having multiple outputs and a full MIDI trio is nice, the keyboard is heavy, and the official VST can be considered vintage by now as well. The synth is sold for whatever people people are willing to pay. Thanks to Florian Schreyvogel of Global DJs for lending me his beloved house machine, and Philipp of Feedback Underground Studios for saving this episode with a rec version. M1 provided keyboardists and producers with sounds that could make you rich in the late 80s and early 90s. Is it the ideal home studio decoration for the cookie cutter nostalgia era we live in? You have already heard M1 in today's intro tune. Feel free to take a guess if it was the keyboard or rec version. Let's dip our toes into the shallow waters of the synths menu system and modify a few presets to our needs. When the nostalgia for a time you haven't even properly experienced hits hard. We've heard all this before, and depending on your level of early 90s sleep deprivation, you either love it or loathe it. This wealth of beaten to death tones comes at the risk of adding too much cheese to the sauce. Please bear with me while I spoil Jam 2 with a hefty dose of Korg MSG. Testament to timeless taste. I'm convinced that M1 veterans can squeeze more dignified tones from the instrument even without expansion cards, but I was grasping at straws here. Fortunately, I found a sample in there that cured my writer's block and inspired me to create. I have no idea why Korg put this monstrously muscular hair metal snare in there, but I'm all here for it. Super satisfying synthwave swan song. Korg M1 is one of the best-selling, if not the best-selling synth keyboard for a reason. In a market dominated by oftentimes challenging Roland and Yamaha flagships, it provided fresh-sounding simplicity in an elegant and easily expandable package. That being said, while it is still worthwhile to dump endless hours into the ample sound design facilities of a D50 or Yamaha DX, the over-reliance on its canonical sample pool and comparably basic engine make the M1 far less attractive today. What is more, its historical significance makes it very hard to use the otherwise great tones without sounding like a cliché, and later Korg products come with similar sounds in greater versatility. It is, however, the most exquisite interior design piece to park a 909 clone on for some early 90s house music LARPing. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the episode. Feel free to like, subscribe, become a patron and use one of the links down below to support the channel regardless of what your gas commands you to buy.